to get going. Hey, we're here. I'm the only one here. But hey, heading up to my spot. I just wanted to show this off. Check this out. Look at those blue turkey tail. And somebody painted on the wall here. More blue turkey tail. So I just wanted to show that off. All right, happy Monday. I'm going to chill up in a little nook with y'all tonight, whoever shows up for the live feed. We're talking mucormycosis and other fungal diseases and whatever else you guys want to talk about. Here we go. Get a light on here. Here we go. So I can just chill right here. Check this out too. Hey, do I got somebody here? Welcome. Good evening. Who do we got? I got to look at the bottom of my phone to see who's here. Pocket full of shrooms. Welcome. Good evening. Just wanted to show what's going on outside. Hear the Christmas rock in the background. We're out here in downtown Johnstown. I'm up in a loft, little nook for my live tonight. This is where the lab is down the floor. And this is also where I filmed the last couple of weeks on my Monday night premieres. So tonight's Monday night premiere, just wanted to mention, is age restricted, which I figured it would be because I even put in the thumbnail warning. So the algorithm, it reads the thumbnails even to know what the content is based off of that too. So I figured it would be age restricted, but that's fine. Shoot, let me keep up with the the comments here. How are you tonight? Hey, I'm doing okay. It's been a long, challenging day. If you did watch the premiere, or if you get a chance, you'll notice I'm literally wearing the same clothes. I filmed the video today, edited the video, which I don't do much editing, right? I keep the editing to a minimum due to lack of wherewithal, but we do what we can. Anyway, so filmed the video, edited the video, added other content, music and all that stuff, did all that, uploaded the video, and watched the video here today, this afternoon even. I mean, I had like a little bit of content, some clips from yesterday when I was actually starting to record for the video, and then we got some rain and it messed things up, but you'll see in the video if you go back and watch. So shoot, I can't see these comments too good. Right. Okay. Shoot, I got to scroll up. There we go. Man, I can't see. You got any snow there yet? And it's been snowing here like crazy, couple different times. Okay, what state are you in? What state are you in? PFS, pocket full of shrooms. We got just a little bit of snow that stuck for I think like a day or two, but it's pretty much cleared off now. Yeah, there ain't nothing in Johnstown. I've noticed is warmer than being up in the woods or in the mountains. Shoot, it's warmer than even being down by Latrobe. Johnstown seems to have good heat retention due to this downtown area with the buildings. Like, let's see, what do we got now? Indiana. You don't have to give yourself away, but I'm trying to think who I know in Indiana, unless you're only known to me through the YouTubes. But if I know you outside of YouTube, that's a possibility too, because I had a couple people following me from Indiana previous to me actually doing the YouTube thing. Shoot, I need better glasses or something. But yeah, that was the scoop on the snow. Indiana. Are we talking like Indianapolis, or are we talking way up? I used to live in Indiana. And being that you're from Indiana, you're probably familiar with Gary, Indiana, Michigan City, Indiana, Valparaiso, Michigan City. Did I just say Michigan City? Chesterton, LaPorte. Shoot, I'm not sure, bro. That's way up there by Chicago, Northwest Indiana, right on the lake, Lake County. And I guess it'd be Lake County, and I don't know what Porter County, I think. That's where I went up to college. All right, what's the scoop? I'm actually more down south. Okay. Now, our college, this is a little fun fact. Our college played basketball against a school down in Louisville. So we had to go down through southern Indiana and cross over. Is that about where you are? Okay. That's about the only part of Indiana I know that's south of Indianapolis is the very bottom getting toward Kentucky. Man, I have a memory I will never forget of Louisville, Kentucky. Passing through one night, getting stranded in what wasn't a Suburban, but was my Tahoe at the time. Left me stranded there on the side of the highway, right going into Louisville, about maybe a half mile from the exit where the Shoney's in Louisville is. So if you guys know Louisville, Kentucky, and the Shoney's, shoot, I remember getting stuck there. This was years ago. Shoot, years ago. Man, I'm on a rabbit trail. Anyway, we're talking mucormycosis tonight. If we get anybody else in the chat, it looks like we only got one. But you did the right thing. As we take attendance in here, the head count should match the hand count. That's what we claim, right? All right. Thank you. I'm right by the bridge. Well, you're right by the bridge crossing over into Kentucky, I'm guessing you're saying? Pardon me tilting the phone and stuff too. I'm trying to read the screen. Maybe as I expand and I upgrade on this whole YouTube, I could have a YouTube desk setup with like a camera for the live and a computer screen. So y'all are seeing me off this cell phone. I've been doing this YouTubing off of a cellular phone, off of a smartphone. We're getting by. And you know what? Like I said, I say this all the time. We bring that low budget, high energy. And someday we're going to bring a medium budget, high energy to this channel. And then eventually we'll max out with that high energy and the high budget. But we haven't reached our final form yet. But that's the cool thing about this phase of the YouTube channel. I just want to make mention here. And who do we got? We still got just you. I'll say it between me and you. It's people like you, the first timers, the ones that were there, that first 1,000 subscribers, the first 1,500 subscribers. We did a live stream celebration at 1,500. Not because I thought I arrived, not because I thought I won anything. I was celebrating you guys. I was celebrating the fact that I had 1,500 people that clicked subscribe. A simple feat. One little click. Doesn't take much energy, and if you're not capable of doing it, you can have somebody do it for you, right? Subscribing is not that difficult, but it's impactful on these small channels like myself. Toward getting towards the parts where you want to become monetized. Of course, I'd like to become monetized, but I was doing this channel regardless of whether I get monetized or not. But as I've grown in this channel and learned how the YouTubing works as a creator and getting to explore my own creativity with the channel, if you want to look at it from an analytical aspect, I've failed way, way more times than I've succeeded on this channel as far as trying to win the YouTube thing. But I hadn't lost a thing this whole time. I mean, even though videos that haven't taken off, so to say, was still a video I got to put out there and share my art, share my science, share whatever is going on in this guy. And I can look back and say, man, we got over 500 videos on this channel. I welcome y'all to dive through, go back into the annals of Mr. Jeff's channel, find some random rare video and leave a comment on it and stir the algorithm up or something. Make the algorithm think, oh, this video must be hot and fresh again. So I'm being kind of silly. Do we want to talk mucormycosis? It's just me and you. Shoot, I feel you, bro. That's how I do my YouTube as well. Shoot, I don't even know if I'm on your channel. I will share as well. Feel free to leave a link of your channel on here, especially if it's, mushroom community, we'll say, right? The myco community. By the way, there's a myco community that's not on YouTube, right? There's a whole lot of people out there that are into mushrooms that just don't do the YouTubing. You can find these on like Facebook groups, Pennsylvania Mushroom Hunters, which has, I think, like 30,000+ members. Not that every person that's in there is active, just like not every subscriber's watching your videos, right? But I say there's a myco community at large. It's like real people out there going to real events, real forays, real workshops. And then you've got like the social media myco community. And I differentiate the two. But I'm trying to be in both the best I can. And I think my live interaction with the real myco community is limited due to my resources. I've kind of gone rogue and just done my own things, been my own student learning this. But I'm thankful for those that I have gotten to link up and network with and be a part of, especially in like the PA, the Pennsylvania mushroom scene. I want to speak of people like William Padilla Brown. Him giving me the time of day when I didn't know where I wanted to take this or what I was doing really, other than I was playing around with cloning wild mushrooms up in central PA with my brother from another mother, Will. And I successfully cloned birch polypore. That was the first one. And then we had since gone on and played around with trying other mushrooms. Heck, I even had Amanita muscaria tissue sample on agar, but it got contaminated. But those are the fun early days back in like just after COVID. And I found out about William Padilla Brown kind of accidentally. So I was watching YouTube and I watched a video and learned about growing mushrooms. And this was like a commercial grow where this guy was making bags, large bags, these stacked bags. And I subscribed to his channel and watched his videos and stuff. And I was really impressed on how he was able to implement like a small scale commercial operation and do his thing with like pasteurization techniques and all this kind of stuff. And how he had a cool, like a laminar flow wall and stuff. Very impressed. I was very impressed, that is. And then I come across, I was doing my own event. I had my own Mr. Jeff foray down at Pine Grove Furnace State Park. This was in Pennsylvania on a Saturday. And I didn't know that it was the same weekend as this mushroom festival known as Myco Fest. And here you go, full circle. This goes back to Indiana. The person I know from Indiana is the one that told me about an event in Pennsylvania that I was only like an hour and a half from. I was out in the woods doing my own thing, filming for my Facebook page at the time, not even YouTube. And this friend from Indiana, I say friend, this is someone from the myco community that I had met online. And she mentions, hey, do you know Alan Rockefeller, the field mycologist extraordinaire, we like to refer to him as, I guess. He's in Pennsylvania. He's not too far from you. And I'm like, really? So I looked into it and I was like, what? I left my spot. My event was over. I left my spot and I went to go see Alan Rockefeller at this Myco-Fest. And come to find out, Myco-Fest is held. It was hosted by William Padilla Brown. And I thought William Padilla Brown was the guy I had watched on this YouTube channel. And it was not the same guy. But I didn't know this. And I started speaking to him like, man, I've been watching you on YouTube and following you. And I was like, it was so cool to meet him live. But I wasn't even meeting the guy I thought I was meeting. Nonetheless, I'm glad I met William Padilla Brown because I kept in contact with him even slightly enough where I was like, hey, one time I wanted to reach out to him. I drove down and saw him out, like maybe outer Harrisburg area. Met him at a coffee shop. He gave me the time, day in the morning. We sat for an hour and just talked mushrooms and talked about what he does. And I shared my vision. And I told him how I had been to Michael. I got him caught up because who's Mr. Jeff? But continued going to Myco-Fest the next few years, and here we are. I feel like I'm part of the Myco-Fest team at large. Maybe I'm not, part of his Myco Symbiotics crew. But when it comes to Myco-Fest back in PA, I'm all about that. It's a special time. So, I chatted with William Padilla Brown today. And what he said, this is regarding some business thing, and what he had to say, I was more than honored to hear him say these words about me. I'm thankful for that. I didn't mean to share that tonight per se. Still want to talk about mucormycosis if I get a little bit of an audience, but I just felt like sharing that because that was special to me today. I do see myself, with this channel 2025 coming up, we see this channel taking off and becoming bigger than y'all even know. I've met a few other people this season, this year, this fall, this summer, who, whether they just see the glimmer in me or whatever it is, they want to be it's like, man, they're attracted to that energy that I'm bringing, and they want to see what they can do to be a part of that. So I appreciate that too. Although it doesn't mean just because somebody wants to be a part of this means they're the right fit. And I have to respect that about myself, that this is not for everybody, but those that do want to be a part of what I'm doing locally here, that's exciting to know that, okay, there's an energy that's out there that's exuding from me that other people are catching on. That's great. That's a beautiful thing. And maybe they don't necessarily directly link up with what I'm doing. Doesn't mean that they can't do their own thing. Maybe they can be inspired to do their own thing with mushrooms or something, or maybe just inspired to do their own thing. Because part of the crazy energy that I love to give off is one that says, hey, who am I? If I can do this and think I'm the best, so can you. You can have your own thing. And you should think you're the best. But it takes putting the time in to give yourself that belief that, yeah, you are the best. What are you the best at? You're the best at being you. Because nobody else can do you. So when I say I'm the best Mr. Jeff, because I'm the only one doing Mr. Jeff. So I better be the best. To settle for anything mediocre is criminal. Be the best. So people think I'm arrogant sometimes. How can I be arrogant thinking I'm the best at being me? Shoot, I haven't caught up with the comments too. Let me get back down and see what's going on. All right. You need to get you a Myco name as well. If you can help people find you. I think I'm reading that right. My screen cover's got a crack on the side, so it's hard for me to see the last words at the edge of my screen. Shoot. I think I'm the only one in this live anyway. That's all right. Pocket Full of Shroom says, yeah, for sure. I really don't post a lot. my own videos, but I have a good playlist for other people to help them. That's cool. All right. Um, Shoot, we're 20 minutes into this and it's still zero. Everybody must be watching Monday Night Football or something. The mucormycosis scared them off, or maybe I scared the algorithm off because it saw the scary name like mucormycosis. But anybody want to jump in the chat and talk about mucormycosis? I'm here for it. And other fungal discussions. So far, it's just been me kind of musing about what I've got going on. But that's because that's been my heartbeat today. I've been thinking a lot about my future with 2025 coming up. And if you hadn't seen my recent YouTube shorts bombardment of who is Mr. Jeff, it's just me goofing around with the with the with the algorithm, trying to use the shorts as a marketing ploy to get people to be like, man, what's going on over here? It keeps popping up in my feed. This guy keeps popping up. Who is Mr. Jeff? And maybe they'll click. Maybe they'll see something that sparks an interest. Maybe one of the stupid songs that I attach on there makes them laugh, makes them cry, whatever. But if I can prick someone's emotional strings, then they can be triggered to come onto the channel and see what the heck's going on over here. Fair enough, I figure. So, hey, it's still just me. I feel like my talk is still valid enough for me to keep talking. If you guys do go back and watch these live feeds, this is something of interest of topic. But I didn't talk about mucormycosis with you guys because no one's here to discuss it with. I welcome the questions. I'm actually suspicious that because the original video premiere tonight, it holds an age restriction because of the graphic content. You got people's faces like tucked up in here around the nasal area, the orbital, eyes being swollen and pushed out as this fungus runs its hyphae through the vascular system, through your blood, and it eventually chokes off the blood supply. You can get blood clots, thrombosis, you get necrosis because lack of oxygen, no blood flowing to portions of your face, and then you get necrotic tissue, you get this black blotching, and it's called black fungus because of that. Not because the fungus is black, but because of the necrosis that kicks in, and you lose a chunk of your face to that. Even if you go and get it treated, that tissue that's dead is gone. They have to get rid of that so it doesn't gangrene or something. They have to go in and excise, cut it out, debride it after the fungal infection has been treated and killed, mind you, right? Depending on the scenario and the situation and the severity, is it going to go through the front part of the skull into the brain cap or the brain case here? If it gets up in there, and you're basically screwed. Imagine if The Last of Us was actually, mucormycosis. It's like it's the beginning of The Last of Us. We're only decades out from it turning into something like that. Now, I don't know. I'm being silly. But when you see the disfigurement of people's faces, even after surgery and after the antifungal medication treatments and everything, they go through and clean it all out and they debride the wound. You got this gaping, like just wide open part of your face gone. Like you can imagine from like your lip across to your cheekbone, just rotted out, or after it's cleaned out, now just empty and gapped, you can see your jawbone. Oh, and it does go up into the upper palate. It can rot out the jaw. The bone itself can die. You can lose parts of the front of your skull. So, mucormycosis is a frightening horror of a fungal disease. And it can occur, it does occur in America, very rare in the United States, but in other parts of the world, it's becoming sort of like a pandemic where they're getting reports of tens of thousands of cases in places where, like places here, you might get a rare case from somebody who is maybe immunocompromised with HIV late stage, or I guess there would be a possibility of maybe a premature infant whose immune system isn't developed. But that infant would have to be also in a space where it's going to breathe in those spores too, which is typically around places where you got damp, rotting building material and wood and such. So you don't have premature babies around there generally, not in the US. But you could see that occurring in a place like India, where you may have certain areas, certain neighborhoods that are just um, poverty stricken, and there is no sewage. There's just no sanitation systems as a community, and with just rot and filth and trash around, then you're breeding some of this mold, and that's why you have these outbreaks. And it's unfortunate because coupled with the fact that you're in these conditions, the medical infrastructure is not too hot for those folks either. So that's why their prognosis is so horrible. It's like above 50% mortality rate. And if you do live, you're missing a chunk of your face. So I should say that I'm specifically referring to like this rhino orbital mucormycosis. I guess there's names based off the region of where it's infecting. I'm really speaking of the facial area of this mucormycosis, although it can affect internal organs and it can also affect the skin like a rash would. So hey, it's been me this whole time, or do we got somebody? I think it's still just me. 26 minutes in. I think I'm gonna wrap this up, but I am gonna keep this for anybody who does want to listen to me ramble on. And until we do it again next week for another fungal video, y'all have a good night, and thank you, Pocket Full of Shrooms, for joining tonight. We'll do it again next week, hopefully. Peace. How do I turn this off?